there, how are you? I have another excellent mug today. So hi, I'm back to filming outside because my studio is still a mess. And my studio is also just my room. I live with my parents. So since we're outside, it might get a little noisy. If the wind gets a little bit angry, shut up! I sincerely apologize. Today is going to be kind of a special video. I've never done a video like this before, so this is where our story begins. A couple of weeks ago, I was on email reaching out to a bunch of different art companies being like, hi, I'm an artist, you're an art company, you have art supplies that I want and need, and I have a YouTube channel. So if you send me some stuff, I can review this stuff and promote you guys, maybe, if you want that. So I got a couple replies back, but one of the replies back I got was very generous. It was from a company called Blick. They're here, probably. And they explained that right now, things are kind of hard economically. COVID has kind of just messed us all up. No one has money right now. And because of that, they can't really send new product to someone, which I understand. However, they were kind enough to instead send me a full box of gently used or returned product. And might I add that Blick sent all of these products to me absolutely free. I didn't even have to pay postage, which was awesome, amazing, super rad. I am super excited to use these supplies and hopefully use them to fill up another sketchbook. I'm halfway done with my current one, and I know you guys enjoyed seeing my previous sketchbook last week. Also, thank you guys so much for all of the positive response for that video. Honestly, never ever expected that video to do as well as it did, so thank you so much, and welcome to all of the new subscribers that I got from that. Hi, I'm trying to do something new here, be on camera a little bit more, and put out some quality content for you lads. Also, that's your new name now. You're my lads. Thank you so much to Blick for making this video possible. I'm not going to call this a sponsorship because that's not what it is, and I will be reviewing the art products, or at least the ones that I did end up using on the illustration. I couldn't use all of them. So if you guys see something that you like, the links to the materials will be down in the description, so you can go to their site and purchase those if you would like. So I'm gonna unbox the materials and then we're going to do an illustration together. Feel free to draw along with me. I encourage that. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the lighting in here is kind of rubbish right now, but I just got a really exciting package in the mail. This package is from Blick Art Materials. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Sent me some artist colored pencils. These are some bright colors, I love it. Some drawing pencils. So here are some brushes, which is awesome because I need some watercolor brushes. These look pretty cool. Another set of pencils. These are woodless, so that's interesting. I feel like I'm not even gonna know how to use some of these products, but I'm super excited. Pouring mixing paint. Mixed media paint. I don't know exactly what this is. I feel like maybe this is pigment. Oh my gosh, I see another sketchbook. Watercolors. Wait, these are so cool. What? Liquid watercolor. Highly pigmented. Oh my gosh. That is so dope. Right now, my current watercolor tray is like not the best. It's not the worst either. Artist Grove gets a lot of heat for having bad products, but I honestly take this little watercolor palette with me everywhere. I used to take it to college with me so I could paint. It comes with two water brushes. It's definitely not the most pigmented stuff in the world, but it's like not bad. I've painted with it on actual watercolor paper too. I really like this for traveling. Oh baby. Metallic and interference colors. So this says that it is a 12 set of Van Gogh watercolors. Dude, what the literal heck? I'm gonna cry. This is so beautiful. Like, this is so exciting for me, you guys, because I don't tend to buy a lot of high quality traditional product because I am broke most of the time. So just having so many new art materials is like gonna be so good for me. Like, the biggest reason why I stick mostly to digital art is because traditional art can get so expensive. Look at this. Comes with a brush and a sponge. Ooh, it's a nice sponge. And finally, they sent me a new sketchbook. So this is also the size that I like to work in. I like hardbound sketchbooks because the wire-bound sketchbooks, I break them. For the time being, enjoy my Marvel bedspread. Spider-Man. Alright, so this looks pretty nice. Ooh, okay, this paper texture is So I like really smooth paper to draw on, especially with pencil. This sketchbook is exactly the kind of sketchbook that I like to use. I was drawing in my current sketchbook when my dad brought this package into me. These two are very similar, only my current one has a strap on it, and it is very damaged. Check that out. Delicious. That's from being in my school bag and getting crushed by a very heavy construction book. I'm a construction and engineering major, by the way. So yeah, this has very similar paper. Oh, you guys are getting a little sneak peek. Boy! So I'm gonna try to kind of challenge myself today. I'm actually going to try to use just the stuff that Blick sent me. I was gonna use some of my own A4 paper or watercolor paper, but I think I will use the first page in the sketchbook, just so this is a purely Blick Art Materials review. Although I will be using my erasers because Blick didn't send me any erasers. So we have some nice pencils. Part of me wants to challenge myself to use all of this, but I'm just not sure if that's practical for this. Especially these guys, they have a bunch of like toxic warnings on them, so this is probably the one thing that I definitely won't be using today. These guys look pretty safe. Definitely gonna use these, definitely these. Alright, first I guess I'm just gonna start sketching. So while I'm working on this illustration, I'm going to talk a bit about my opinions of each product, and then I'll give my actual recommendations at the end of the video. First, I like to talk about the pencils. Overall, they're really nice quality, they stay sharp easily, and I think the biggest thing I liked about them is that they worked really well with the paper and went on really smoothly. And although I didn't really do any intentional smudge testing, you can see that they stayed pretty smudge free as I worked, even though I lined the initial drawing in pencil. Next up is the sketchbook itself. I'm actually a huge fan of it. The paper quality is really nice, it's really smooth, and although the paper did warp quite a bit because it's clearly not intended for watercolor, even though I used watercolor on it, it held up surprisingly well, and the only thing that did bleed through the paper was the Prismacolor ink pen I ended up outlining Catra in at the end. And that problem can be easily solved by using water-based markers and inks in your sketchbook instead of alcohol-based, since alcohol-based markers will bleed and water-based markers don't. Just a tip for you guys, ballpoint pens are excellent to use with water-based and alcohol-based products because they won't bleed either. Sadly, I didn't really have an application for the colored pencils they sent me. I'm not super experienced with colored pencils, so I don't feel very qualified to give an accurate review of their quality and functionality, but they still look pretty nice. Hopefully I can give you guys an idea of how well they work in a future video. Next up are the Liquid Watercolors. These were honestly super cool. The way the nozzle is shaped allows you to add a small drop of highly pigmented watercolor to your palette and mix it easily with watercolor cakes or more liquid watercolors. The set of earth tones also makes it so you can mix pretty much any color you would need, which makes it a great little set to get you started with watercolors. I also feel like these are fairly portable since you could easily take them with you in a small pencil bag with a little mixing tray so you can paint on the go. Speaking of watercolors, the brushes they sent me were good quality and functional. I had some issues with stray hairs on the brushes once they came out of the packaging, but that was easily fixed by trimming the hairs with some scissors. I don't really feel like I can recommend these since they didn't come in any branded packaging, but I'm sure a lot of Blick's watercolor brushes are comparable. Lastly, we have the Metallic Watercolors, and I've gotta say I'm not entirely sure how to use them effectively, but they are pretty stinking cool. They are super reflective at certain angles. Unfortunately, my camera isn't amazing at picking that up, but a little goes a long way and I'm sure you'd get a lot of use out of them. I have an inkling that you're supposed to layer them on top of other watercolors to achieve the most opaque and metallic look, but I didn't really do that when I used them and they still ended up looking pretty good. If you want a metallic look, I also sometimes use metallic paint markers or even spray a bit of metallic spray paint on a palette and add pops of color with that. But since those products tend to be fairly toxic, these might be a better option if you can't work in a ventilated environment. Overall, these are all solid products that can be used in a lot of different ways. I tend to be pretty resourceful with how I use my products, especially in sketchbooks, so I'm sure these would be a lot of fun to experiment with. If you're interested in purchasing these, all of the links will be in the description down below, and as I said, I'll be giving my actual recommendations at the end of the video. So that is it for the illustration. I think in the end, if I were to recommend any of these products, it would definitely be the Sketchbook, the Metallic Watercolors, and the Liquid Watercolors. This sketchbook is just a standard sketchbook. It works just as well as my existing sketchbook that I'm about to finish up, so I think it'll make a wonderful replacement once I'm finished with my current sketchbook. These liquid watercolors are honestly extremely handy and great if you don't feel like mixing watercolors. They are highly pigmented, very easy to use, and this metallic watercolor set is just really cool. I've actually never heard of metallic watercolors before, but these have been super fun to play around with, and I'm sure they're super useful for adding interesting pops of metallic color onto your illustrations. I also really love the selection of colors that they included in this set. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the illustration. I was having mixed feelings about it at first, but it actually came out looking way cuter than I expected it to. I didn't know what I was gonna really draw at first, but of course it ended up being Catra. I just love Catra, I love Shira. So if you enjoyed the illustration and you enjoyed the products, please just give this video a like and comment down below what you liked about it. If you have any comments about the products or about anything, just say hello. I'd love for you to say hello. My channel is still small enough that I pretty much reply to every single comment, so don't think that you're not going to get a reply or a heart. Like, you will. You definitely will. I appreciate each and every comment that I receive. Thank you for your support. Go down, look in the description at the products that Blick sent me. Maybe you want to grab some for yourself. Please go show them some support. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment down below what else you want me to make on this channel. I'm probably going to do a mix of like live talking videos like this in the future with digital art. Go draw something today. Break open your sketchbook and have some fun. Kick back, relax, do a little self-care through art. And I will see you lads in next week's video. Here's the baby.